For almost a decade, I've been growing, buying, selling, trading Instagram and all sorts of social media accounts. And the landscape's changed pretty dramatically over that time period, from a world of very heavy automation and botting to a platform that massively values real, authentic, human-driven growth. Over that time, my friends, my customers constantly ask me how I'm able to grow my accounts without any real involvement from myself. I'm able to focus pretty much all of my time exclusively on turning those warm, engaged followers into real business value, revenue for my business. And so how does it work? How do I do it? And I've tried pretty much every solution out there, from an analytics perspective, a growth perspective, a content perspective. I've learned what works. Importantly, I've also learned what doesn't. There are a lot of platforms that you want to avoid, a lot of costly mistakes you want to avoid. The worst thing that you can do is get your account banned. It sets you back months, if not just completely ruins your prospect of growing on Instagram. And so for almost 7 years, I've been using pretty much the same provider. It's my go-to provider. I recommend it to absolutely everyone. And that is AscendViral. AscendViral being a real human-driven growth platform. Essentially, the way that it works is really straightforward. You tell them who you're looking to reach, sort of the demographic of your business and your customers. From there, they go out and find and engage relevant accounts. They build up sort of a connection in that community. Those people then follow you back, engage with your content, that attracts more people to follow you back and engage with your content. So it's a real nice sort of like snowball effect. It's really straightforward. It's incredibly simple. Like really, it's stupidly simple even. You firstly sign up. You get a 5-day free trial, which is pretty incredible, both to understand what the process looks like, the support and everything like that, but also to start seeing results. I think it's pretty generous to have a free trial these days. You select your plan. There's a standard and an advanced sort of like turbo plan. I always recommend, when it comes to growth, investing heavily up front. The more followers you have, the more likely someone is to follow you back and engage. And so investing up front to have faster growth, I think, is really important. But you sign up, select the plan that you want, start your 5-day free trial, tell them more about what it is that you do, provide information so they can get set up in your accounts and everything like that. And then from there, they have a really powerful analytics platform that actually really, I've tried a bunch of Instagram analytics tools, could be its own product, which is awesome, and it's included for free. It tells you everything about how all of your posts perform, the engagement rate across different types of content. I think when it comes to content, it's really important not just to look at what works, but also what doesn't, and ultimately avoid doing that and doing more of the stuff that works. So the analytics platform is awesome. They've got a support community for all of their customers to ask for advice, give advice, talk about updates, talk about related things. How are they growing other accounts? How are they monetizing their followers? All that sort of stuff. They've got a bunch of written and video training guides about beyond sort of the service they provide. What else can you be doing to maximize your growth on and off Instagram? I think that's awesome. And I've been using them for pretty much 7 years. Like I've got dozens of accounts running with them. Everything's super safe. I've never run into any problems with accounts being banned and things like that. And actually, like I said, I've tried so many solutions. I think I'm going to make a bunch of different videos covering different platforms. Often you'll run into platforms that have really fancy flashing marketing, but behind the scenes, everything's run by bots. They're doing a bunch of, maybe it's even fake engagement. There's a bunch of shady things that go on in the industry, but the thing that you ultimately want to avoid is your account being banned. It's literally the worst thing, game over. And I've never run into that with AscendViral. I've never heard of anyone run into that. So I think that's the most important thing, really, is making sure that doesn't happen. I think the platform's awesome. Every time I've needed support or any sort of help from the team, they've always been really responsive and helped me out, which is super cool. So I wanted to make this video basically just talking about the platform. I'm going to deep dive into the whole market in future videos. I think it's really important as well, not just talk about what I like, what I use, what I recommend, but also what I recommend avoiding. I think that's super important. So expect a few more videos, but yeah, just wanted to cover what I'm doing right now. It was working really well.